most impressive thing? A lot of people talk about this in Aston. What was the most impressive thing that you saw when you were over there?
He attacks everything. He never, at least to me, he never lets you see him defeated. Every single thing I've seen him do, the rehab, he attacks it. The playbook, he attacks it. On the field, ultimate competitor, attacking it. And, I mean, I saw him keep that up throughout this offseason. Whenever I saw him working, never see him put his head down. It's always about what's the next goal, what's the next step.
So much talk this offseason about this team is going to go as far offensively as the offensive line goes and how much it improves. How much of the challenge to you, to the group, coming into the season to respond to that?
It's a huge challenge. I mean, it's no secret we haven't played up to standard around here for a couple of years, but I'm very excited about the group of guys we have in the room. I'm very excited to have Coach Pollack here. He's a tough guy. I had him back in 2018, and he helped us. We were a better O-line. He definitely, I can speak for myself, he definitely made me a better offensive lineman. He's the first coach that put me out at center. He taught me a lot of stuff that really helped my game, and I really think he's going to be a huge asset to us on this offensive line, not just physically with steps and footwork, but just the mentality that he brings.
Can you describe Coach Pollack's personality?
Coach Pollack is the offensive line coach who has actually played offensive line at a high level. So he's not telling you, he's not just drawing up stuff and saying, well, this is how it should go. This is what feels right. This is what I see. He's saying, I've done it, and this is how it works. So he knows when he tells you something, he's telling you that from experience. He knows exactly what it's going to feel like. He knows it's going to be hard. He knows the drills that he's asking of you are going to be demanding. He knows that because he's done it. So you kind of have a little bit a different respect for a guy like that when you know when he's just completely killing you and completely just running over you out of practice, but you know that he himself has done it. You have a little bit higher level of respect for him.
When you look at the offensive line as a group, what's the number one reason you think it can be better in 2021?
I think the O-line that has been here and has been through the ringer and just got wrecked the past couple of years, in combination with Coach Pollack, who is a no-nonsense, we're going to get this thing right, and like I said, just a tenacious coach in himself. I think that combination is what's going to make us, what's going to push us to the next level this year.
How did going through the ringer, how will that push you to the next level?
I mean, you hear coaches say, practice should be so hard that the game is easy. With Coach Pollack, that is a real thing. That is a factual statement.
So when he says master the mundane, that's all you need to know, right? I mean, it's going to be a lot of repetition.
A lot of repetition. The drills that you do day one will be the drills that you do in week 17.
Yep.
So,
what do you think about, being interrupted? Did he show you anything, old school moves that maybe you didn't know about, that he said, hey, this is something we used to do that would still work today?
No, there's no old school moves. There's no secrets he's teaching. Like Dave just said, it's master the mundane. There's no secrets. There's not any secret sauce. The recipe is hard work and doing the simple things correctly every time you're asked to do them. And that's it. And he just demands that. And he trains that, and you repeat that over and over again, day in and day out, whether you feel good, whether you feel bad, whether it's the preseason, whether you're in the middle of the season, whether you're the last season of the last game of the year, and you're in just a jersey and flat shoes. He demands the same kind of thing every day.
You talk about being put through the ringer maybe physically. The last few years, I mean, mentally, the way people have talked about you guys as a group, how much do you hear that? And how much is that something that you guys talk about, or is there kind of a blinders to that?
There's a blinders to a point, but nobody's oblivious to the fact that you're not doing well. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, you don't go and look up and read what people are saying about you. I mean, if you're smart, you don't, but you're not lying to yourself. At least it's not smart to lie to yourself and tell yourself you're doing well when you are not doing well. And we have not been performing up to standard, and it's hurt our offense. And so we have to perform better, and I truly believe that we will this year.
How do you measure that? Sacks, pressures, something else?
Sacks definitely, pressures definitely. I mean, keeping your quarterback injury-free is a huge one. Keeping them upright is another one, But it's really just, you want to be a dominant force. You never want to leave a game and say, we got punched in the teeth. And there's been a couple times we've got hit in the mouth. You want to be the aggressor. You don't want to be taking any punches.
Trey, how much has he ripped up the running game? Is it much of a difference, or is it more philosophy than concept?
I wouldn't say he's ripped it up. I just think everything is sharper. Everything is consistent. It's precise. There's no, one of his phrases is consternation free. There's no gray. You have an assignment, you are very clear on that assignment, and now it is training that assignment to be perfect every time that play is called. So there's not a time where we should call a play and it should call for me to reach a shade, and I should be like, oh, well, I took a bad first step. Why'd you take a bad first step? We rep this every day. We rep it over and over and over again, and that's the kind of coach he is.
Joe Mixon is a big believer, obviously, too, in Frank. How comforting is that as an offensive lineman to have your running back have true trust and true belief in what the offensive line coach is talking about?
I mean, it's exciting. Joe was here when Frank was here last time, and he had some explosive runs. I mean, we were really building that offense up, really building up that run game, and a lot of it is mentality. And Joe had confidence in us because he saw how we worked in practice with Frank. And I mean, it's going to be another year. I mean, everyone sees it is I mean, you guys will be out there. You'll see it is a different tempo. It is a different pace out there.
One more question.
Did you pick up any new books during the course of all the downtime you had?
Oh, yes. I finished Master and Margarita. Finally made it through that one. Currently in the middle of The Brothers Karamazov.
Did you have more time to read, or did you have less time to read because of the rehab?
I had more time to read, less focus on reading. To be completely honest with you, this was my number one goal was July 24th. I wanted to be back out here. I wanted to do the conditioning test. I wanted to be cleared. Yeah. That was my main goal. So yeah, I had more time where I could have been reading, but I was doing everything I could to make this leg strong.
Now you can start reading.
Now I can start. Yeah. A little bit.
You already passed all the conditioning tests? You already passed them all?
Yes, I passed conditioning test on 24th.
Congrats, man.
Thank you.